excited today. We have our newest repatriates coming in today, all the way from Barbados.
Bear with us. It's been so long since February. I do believe that we were last on our live, and so much has happened, as you can imagine. So much has happened. For the most part, things have been good, but there's just some things that are, I wouldn't say bad, but there's been some challenges. And of course, that's to be expected as well, because after all, we're dealing with life, right? Life has its ups, life has its downs, peaks and valleys, all of that good stuff. So we thank those who are on right now. Thank you so much again. I don't think you heard me the first time. Thank you so very much for taking time out to spend some time with us, to allow us to be able to share with you some of these things that we have been experiencing over the several months. And we thank you for your patience, because there have been some individuals who have been inquiring, man, wait, what's going on? Where are y'all? What's going down? And so, life happens.
All right, so are we going to jump right in, or what do you want to do?
Well, we can jump right on in. We can start with, I know, the title. I wrestled with the title, but I wrestled with her. And I lost. I lost. I lost. But it's important, and we want to share with our RT family and friends. And this is most recent, so I guess we can start with most recent of what we've been challenged with, what we've been experiencing, and I think that it'd be more befitting for my wife, Mrs. Muhammad, to go ahead and go into detail about that, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay, you're making me nervous. J. Ford said, "We sure haven't seen you both in a while."
No, it's been a while.
I miss all our old subscribers. And
she called y'all old family.
I don't know how old they are.
So,
but our old family and the RT family.
It is bitter, not bittersweet. It's sweet. It's actually sweet to be able to come back and be in this space. The energy, I can feel the energy. I think it's pretty good.
So we are actually doing recording for this channel as well as ARS. Mm-hmm. So we thank you guys that have actually subscribed over there as well. It's been a journey. It's been a really good journey. But there's been some challenges, like you said. And most of the challenges have been because of my health. I know a lot of people ask, especially in our consultations, number one question is, how is the medical over there? How is the hospitals over there? Do we need to carry insurance and all of that kind of stuff? And pretty much the answer has always been favorable. But I want to say it took Kenya to actually diagnose me on what's going on with my health. So just a long story short, in Atlanta, I had a catering company, and I was experiencing major pains when we have events. Believe it or not, this skinny dude over here used to have to carry me in the house because I'll be in so much pain all in my back and my neck, and we would go to the hospital, and they would never even touch me. They wouldn't diagnose me. Sorry, I feed the neighborhood. Just stop and say hi if you want.
I didn't crawl on the floor and everything trying to be quiet.
I didn't know you crawled on the floor.
I'm on the floor. I don't want to interrupt the live. Oh,
I had no idea you crawled on the floor.
I was on the floor.
Oh my God.
I don't want to interrupt the live.
We all family in here, so it's all good.
We had another expat come down, get himself some turkey chowder and some biscuits. You know, I did my thing today. I was feeling good. I was feeling really good earlier today. But, so yeah, they couldn't diagnose me. They didn't know what was going on when I was in Atlanta. They didn't care. I was self-employed, so that meant I didn't have health insurance. And when you don't have health insurance, they can't deny you care, but they will do the bare minimum.
At least.
The very bare minimum. They won't take your blood. They won't do anything. They'll just give you an aspirin or ibuprofen and move you on your way, or a muscle relaxer and send you on your way. So all the way from Atlanta to Rwanda. And in Rwanda, we had issues where I was having a spasm. That's what I started calling them, just spasms in general. And this one particular time, the last time that I had spasms, it was so bad that I had a rib puncture in my lung. And it was like a sharp piece of bone going in my lungs. And the doctor actually told me then, if I didn't come in when I did, I probably wouldn't have lasted 2 days. And we found out then that I had thrombosis, with my blood type, O positive blood type, the thrombosis, the really, really thick blood. But I didn't have blood clots, but I had really, really thick blood. They call it DVT thrombosis. And I had x-rays, I've had MRIs done, all kinds of stuff done. And once I started taking the blood thinners, I was able to breathe again. And then you guys diagnosed me and told me then that I had a goiter. I was like, what are y'all talking about? I didn't even know what y'all were talking about. I remember I was getting mad that y'all kept saying it. But I had a growth coming out of my neck, which was an actual goiter from, come to find out, I have hypothyroidism. So all of these were underlying conditions of a autoimmune disease, but they never diagnosed me on what that autoimmune disease was. So fast forward to now, I'm in Kenya, and now that I'm in Kenya, I've had some new discoveries, which is horrible, where I literally became paralyzed on one whole side of my body. And the being paralyzed, in the weirdest moment, we were driving down the highway and my whole left side of my body just went numbed. As we're sitting in the car laughing and talking, I just started going super numb, trying to get my husband's attention. We're on the highway in a van full of people, and we're like, at that moment, I'm like, we got to pull over. So, and then pulling over, I thought that I was having a heart attack, or I knew I wasn't having a heart attack. I wasn't having any pain in my chest, right. But we were thinking that that it was a stroke. I was having a stroke, and I wasn't. So we literally just chopped it up. Like, okay, after I got some feeling back in my legs, and I came through that, we're going to call it now an episode. We began to go ahead and continue on to where we were going. I think we were going to Mombasa at that time. And I got some water, and I haven't eaten. And And I knew I just started this blood pressure medicine. So I just figured that was the situation. Come to find out, it wasn't that simple. So a few weeks ago, the same thing happened again. I'm in the closet, hanging up or about to get dressed or something. And I literally just started leaning to the right, had to hold myself up in the closet, and started calling for him again, for my husband again, to help me because I didn't have that much strength in my hands. And whatever this condition is, the strength in your wrist. Now, mind you, I used to kickbox and box and all that great stuff, lift weights, bodybuild, and to not be able to even take a cap, open up a regular jar of something, has been mentally destroying for me, actually, to have to rely on someone to take care of physical needs. We went through times where I couldn't even walk. My feet was hurting so bad and my legs are swollen. Just crazy stuff was going on that I had no answers for. And at that particular time, 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago.
About 4 now.
About a month ago now. The days leading up to it, I couldn't feel my feet. Kept feeling like pads on my feet, and they were completely numb. And it was weird, but I think that might have had something to do with the starting of whatever this was that's going on. So we go to the hospital here in Kenya. This time I went to the hospital. I don't normally go to the hospitals. I refuse to go to the hospitals. And I've always been that way, though. It's not just because I'm in Africa. I've always been that way. And I wanted to go to a hospital that was not going to be culture shocking for me.
That's her polite way. That's the politeness.
Yeah, I needed, when you're in a lot of pain, you don't want to be frustrated at the same time.
She got, even in the hospital, she's bougie in the hospital. You about to, it's crazy.
So I want to say that Aga Khan is my preferred hospital. And I've been to many different ones. Now, first I want to say that a part of our repatriation situation here, we do have a general practitioner doctor that most of us use here in our community anyway. Dr. Nelly, she's phenomenal. She comes out when I need her to, does house calls, do all of my blood work. Even right now, Aga Khan is my preferred hospital, but I can't pay Aga Khan bills. So when they need blood work done, they give me all this little chart. I send it to Dr. Nelly. And I'm like, Dr. Nelly, can you come and do my blood work, please? And then she sent it to the labs that they use. So I'm bougie, but I have a brain too. I'm not gonna. I can't afford myself.
She on a budget, bougie.
I can't afford what I desire. So, and so we did that, and we already knew that we had to do this particular autoimmune test in order to know what the heck is going on. I've been pushing it off, and I'm not going to lie, it was very expensive. So, and then when they did it, like she finally came, she was like, we have to do this now. My blood pressure was like, for almost 3-4 weeks, the blood pressure was about 185 over 110.
Not 85, maybe
at
60.
one time it went 185. That's when we first called Dr. Nelly.
Yeah.
And on a good day, it was in the 60s, 160 something, which is still extremely high.
Too high.
So I finally was able to get the big package for the autoimmune testing, and they send it off to India. And mind you, I'm thinking now that I have MS. For some reason in my head, all my life, for some reason I recall always thinking I was going to have MS. I don't know why. I think something when, was it Montel Williams, when he got out, said, I'm going to have that. I don't know what it is about that. But
I never heard this before.
I know, but it's because it's retarded.
We learning this together.
It's retarded. I don't know why I always thought that. I used to have dreams that my teeth was going to fall out.
I heard that one.
And my gums, because of the medicine, gets real. And I was like, Dang, I dreamt this. So I thought I was going to have MS. So when the test came back, I didn't have MS. I have, what I have? Oh, lupus. Short-term memory loss as well. You know, everybody want to get mad at me, but that's part of the diagnosis, okay? So I have lupus, and that's the reason why I've been going through all these crazy challenges. I've always taken on high energy, stressful jobs or, careers. So that causes a lot of the stress that happens when your body is trying to process this lupus crap. But that was the reason why the breakdowns. I was working at the restaurant in Rwanda, catering in Atlanta, and now, of course, the relocation service here in Kenya. But it literally took for Kenya to finally give me the diagnosis that I've been looking for. I don't know if you guys remember, since most of you guys have been following our journey, I've lost like 100 pounds in Rwanda, and no doctor could ever tell me why. But they just kept saying, no, lose some more. But no doctor would ever tell me why. And it came off so fast. It was like within a year, which was part of course, the autoimmune situation. But now the flip side is, now that they have me on 11 different medications, I am gaining all that weight back. And thank you guys for noticing. You remind me every time.
Great.
You like to tell me all the time, well, your face is so fat, you're gaining weight. Yeah, it's been a complete challenge. I haven't wanted to be in the cameras as much. I haven't wanted to be on the channel. That's why you've always see his face. He's doing the videos. He's trying to keep us alive. And then even with ARS, I've been pulling away from the YouTube, pushing the team out a little more because I'm not really comfortable. I'm not happy with how I'm looking. For years, probably, I think when we talked about it, it's been 7 years that I've been dealing with chronic pain. I'm so used to pain, I don't even remember how it feels to just have a normal day. I could sit down right now and then just getting up, my legs are extremely heavy. And but I'm used to it. I'm like, oh no, I'm in pain. It's regular, but it messes with your mental and messes with you. It causes a lot of depression. It's hard to fight through, not knowing how your day's going to be. Like, I wake up, I'm great. They got me on some pretty good medication. I feel like we're getting everything almost back to normal. Even my moods are a little bit better now. But it's still a long journey. It's a whole change that I have to go through. I was out yesterday trying to plant my little plants and didn't realize or didn't actually understand why they say when you have lupus, you can't be in the sunlight. So by the time I came in, all my energy was drained and I had a straight rash all over my face. My cheeks are extremely hard and tight and it blistered up and I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so this is why this is happening. But at least I have answers now. So I'm glad that this is over with. It's not over with because now I have this for life, but I'll learn how to manage it. I've learned how to, be able to just smile again. And it's crazy, but I've been diagnosed through Kenya.
That's half the battle. It's half the battle knowing, it's hard to, fight in the dark. You don't know who you're swinging. And now, we got a little glimmer of light, at least, by knowing. And so we're going at it, And, this is, as one of our student ministers used to always say, down is preparation for up. So that's how we are trying to move forward. Just understanding that, this is for the moment. This is now, not forever. So
No, it's forever.
well, when I say not forever, meaning as far as how we're processing it. We'll get a grip on it, we get a handle of it, we'll get ahead of it, and we keep living. So she's a soldier. She's always been a soldier. She's a fighter, even in all of that, the love and the care that she has for what she does and who she's serving and doing it for, it doesn't waver. Now, sometimes we got to say, okay, chill out. She's got a great team. She's got a wonderful team, that great administrative assistant that helps and media team and all of that. So it kind of lifts some of that from her. So we're grateful and we see the blessing in it, right? So, we wanted to make sure we shared that with you. She was really very adamant in making sure this is shared.
They wanted us to do live. People have been asking, and I'm like, I can't do live when I feel so ugly and I feel so, I want everyone to understand what I'm going through first, just to have a little, because y'all could be rough. Y'all could be rough, and I can't even exert that kind of energy. Did I say that word right? I don't know. That kind of energy to fight anymore. Usually I'd be like, no, I can't even do that no more. So it's pretty much, I wanted to make sure that everyone understood and then to know that, okay, I'm diagnosed in Africa. So I'm dealing with lupus in Africa. So it's that alone was kind of scary, because I'm like, you hear the biases, you're not sure, you're not really, are they going to be able to have what I need? Am I going to be treated right? And I want to say that between the two, with the general practitioner that we have here, and then partnering up with Alakan, with the hospital care, has been phenomenal. It's been stress-free, and the quality is there. And even though the blood work that I had to pay for was really expensive, everything else is not as bad comparable to what we're used to. What we pay for here is and I'm talking about the full package, would be a copay in the U.S. So it's not so bad. Now, what's going on in the U.S., on the flip side, to change it up a little bit.
That's good, but before we do, we have some really great, encouraging words here in the comments. A lot of prayers. I know you're talking, so you can't see it, so I'm trying to be mindful. And thank you so very much for the encouraging words, the concern, and the care that you are sharing. I can feel it. I can feel the sincerity and the energy. And thank you so very much. And yes, please keep us and keep her for sure in your prayers. And I think that as I try to find the silver lining in it, right? The fact we have a beautiful community here in Kenya of wonderful individuals that, even in these tough times, there are those that we, in the midst of it, able to reach out, and just like that, they respond. They're there. They avail themselves to whatever and however. And that in and of itself is reassuring. It really, as you're going through it, it's helpful. And, I try to keep it together myself, because we can't both be all, but in my quiet, I'm a little, but what brings me out of it is knowing that we got good brothers here that care for her. And I know, they go to bat for her and help me and keeping me up to help her stay up and wonderful sisters as well. And this, and I think I shared this with you the other day, that this is indicative of, from how I see it, of the effort that she puts forth. She's about community, right? She's about community, and it's 360. The relocation services and helping individuals to come and have a beautiful life here in Kenya. It doesn't stop when they get here, right? And she makes sure that it is an ongoing reality and that we can continue as a community in times like this. And on the flip side of it, there have been individuals who were on the downside, and 4, 3 in the morning, they calling her. I'm like, who in the world is calling? What's going on? What's the deal? It's your boyfriend? What's happening? But it happens to be another, and
they're going in the hospital.
They're going, right? But it never fails. She answers the call. She never does not answer the call. If that makes sense. Right? And then she'll, if she can't do it, she can extend herself out to, and they'll respond, and so forth and so on. So it's just a beautiful thing to be able to, and this is, I think, coming from America and living in America, this is something that we may have already been a part of. And if we were, it's extended, and you can have it while you're here. And for those that didn't have that experience, it's beautiful to know that you can have that experience of a brotherhood and a sisterhood and a group of family and a circle of friends that are there for whenever and whatever, the good times and the bad times. So I think that's beautiful. It's really, really great. Really good. So now you can go to the other stuff. What were you going to say? She probably...